This video shows you the script that I used to get rich. I would continue to use it over the next 20 years. It never got outdated. It always worked. And no matter what, everybody I called would give me 3 yeses and I would set an appointment. Let me explain the psychology behind this. They are literally, if they say yes, thinking on that day or on that next day on their drive in, what happens if he offers me enough money? What would I look at? What kind of car would I buy? People start going down this journey and this rabbit hole in their own mind, and I'm not even there. And they're thinking about what they would replace it with. This isn't a cold call script. If I came by your house today and I was willing to make a crazy offer on your house, whether you would want to sell it or not, if it was worth $100,000 and I was going to give you 500 grand for it, I mean, would you like me to tell you how much I was going to offer, whether you accepted it or not? Sure, right? That's all I want to do. We just want to make an offer. That's it. I just want to make an offer that I wouldn't waste your time. I'm not going to waste ours, and I feel like I'm going to blow your mind. And in the end, it's completely your decision. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andy Elliott. In this video, I want to talk to you about, and I'm going to give you the exact sales script that made me rich. By the way, I'm going to show you how you can frame out a sales script for any industry and literally you can dominate, okay? Because that's what I did. Now, I want to give you some quick context before I go into the sales script. And I'm going to show you exactly what I did. I'm going to show you what I said. I'm going to give you word for word, and I'm going to show you how I closed every single person. I could pick up the phone no matter what, and I could make everyone give me 3 yeses. Yes, 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 appointment set. And I'm going to show you how to do it right here on this video, and it's free. But I want to explain this to you. When I was 18 years old, I got into the automotive industry. What I noticed was everyone was standing out front. They would like live and die by this gate. That was the gate where people pulled in. They would all stand out there, right? And I asked my manager when I first started, I said, what's the most money that a car salesman could make if they do really good? And he said 125 grand. Crazy thing is, I did what the rest of those guys were doing all year long, worked my hardest, worked from open to close, lived and died by that gate, and I made 125 grand. Isn't that crazy? I had a new manager that would come in when I was 19 years old. I want you to listen to me. I'm going to tell you why this sales script made me rich and why it could actually be the answer to you doubling or tripling your income, because it did mine. And he said, Andy, I had a salesperson in Georgia that worked for me and he made 225 grand a year. I go, no ways. How? And he said he had a sales script, and while everyone was living and dying by the gate, he used to call people inside the office. He was the only one in the company that did it. I go, huh? So I started to ask, what did he call? He goes, he called people who had bought a car here before. Most of these people will never be called again. Salespeople don't care. They live and die by the next person pulling through that gate. They don't care who they sold to 3 years ago. Okay? And they'll say these are their customers, but they're not. They're the company's customers. They're the dealership's customers. But he would call each one of them in. He would fish them back in, and he would have a way he did it. And he kind of explained a couple different ways. That year, not knowing the deadly sales script yet, I would go to 225 grand. I made twice as much money. I was the #1 salesperson in the company. I made more money than my general manager that year. This is in 2000. 1999, I got in selling cars. By the time I was 20 years old, I would make my first $500,000. And to me, that was rich. That would be the sales script that made me rich. And I want to give you the exact sales script I used. I would continue to use it over the next 20 years. It never got outdated. It always worked. And no matter what, everybody I called would give me 3 yeses and I would set an appointment. And by the way, those of you that watch this full video, I'm going to tell you not only how I set the appointment, how I got them in, and I'm going to give you the exact sales script I used, which would all work even on you. I'm going to tell you how I closed them when they got in the dealership. Is that cool? And then you guys, if you're in the automotive industry, like you owe me your life now. But if you're in another industry, I want you to think, how could what Andy said work for me in my industry? Is that cool? So #1, I want to explain this in context. Sales script that made me rich. We're going to act like Mike's the customer here. Now, Mike is not a customer today. Mike was a customer from a few years ago. And I'm just going to make an example here. I call out, I say, hey, Mike, what's going on? It's Andy down at ABC Motors where you bought your last car from, your 2019 GMC Yukon. Hey, really quick, do you got 30 seconds? They always say yes. So step 1 is going to be, hey, Mike, create authority. It's Andy from wherever you're at. You got to tell them where you're at. Look, if people don't know where you're at, they can't create familiarity. This isn't a cold call script. This is if you have a company, this is what I had. I worked for a car dealership and people bought cars 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And I knew these people had paid down on their cars now, so I needed to call them and get them back in to buy another one. Everyone else was living and dying by the gate, and I wanted to have 10 appointments set up for the day. Let me tell you what happened. I got so good at doing this, I would set 20 appointments a day, and I would literally have people pulling through that gate. And every time someone pulled through the gate, everybody got excited. They're like, yeah, someone's pulling through the gate. And then they'd walk up to them and they're like, I'm here to see Andy. And they're like, son of a buck. And I'm like, bring him on in. And guess what happened? Not only did I sell them, but I had so many people to sell, I just started splitting deals with other people. I was busy all day long and I never had to die by that gate again. And I took myself to making 700 grand a year, 800 grand a year, selling cars. So this is going to be the script. By the way, I got 3 yeses. It's very simple. If you're in the automotive industry, understand this. And then if you're in another industry, I'm going to tell you how you can build these and build sales scripts for your own industry. Okay. Hey, Mike, what's going on, buddy? It's Andy Elliott down here at ABC Motors, where you bought your 2019 GMC Yukon from. Hey, really quick, do you got 30 seconds? You always got to say, do you got 30 seconds? Can I get 30 seconds? Because they'll always say yes. If you try to talk to them, but you don't put a time frame on it, they're going to disconnect. But if I say, do you got 30 seconds? They'll always say, yeah, I got 30 seconds. And they won't say, yeah, I got 30 seconds. They'll just say yes. Okay, cool. Hey, Mike, I'll make this quick. Do you still have the 2019 GMC Yukon that you bought from us back then? Do you still have it? And by the way, it sounds intriguing because they don't know if I'm calling like there's a warranty problem. They don't know if there's a recall problem. They don't know anything. I didn't tell them I was from the sales department. I just told them I was from the place they bought their last car. I named the car they bought because I know what it says in the computer. So when I say that, they're like, oh, this guy knows something about me. And then I say, do you got 30 seconds? And they're like, sure, I got 30 seconds. And then I'm like, awesome. Hey, by the way, do you still have that 2019 GMC Yukon? Do you still have it? At that point, they would either say yes or no. Most of them, because I would call within 3 years, would say yes. That's my second yes. If they'd say no, I would just say, oh, okay, cool. Hey, by the way, what do you have? What did you replace it with? What vehicle do you have now? And I would just pivot over there. It wasn't the conversation was over. I just pivoted. This is where the money's made. You say this is quick, you say this is quick, and you say this is quick. Awesome. My general manager asked me, I want you to write this down, to personally reach out and ask you one question. If we could offer you more money, you got to say it twice. If we could offer you more money than what your car was worth, because he's got a neighbor looking for a vehicle like yours, I could maybe tell a little story, or I could just go straight into it. Hey, listen, on the 2019 GMC Yukon, you guys still have it? My general manager, he wanted me to personally reach out, call you myself, and ask you one question, just one. If he could offer you more money, and I would always say it like that, more money, I'd say it twice, than what your car was worth, I would say, would you mind if we told you how much that was? Could I tell you? And they would always say, yes. 1, 2, 3. I'd say, awesome. Let me tell you how this works. My general manager is going to be here till 9 p.m. tonight, and he gets in at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. All I need is 5 minutes for you to come by the store so we can touch it, feel it, smell it. We're going to make you a crazy offer, blow your mind, and in the end, it's your decision. Does that sound fair? Does today work better, or would tomorrow be better for you? What's best? Boom. Everyone would set that appointment. I could probably make it by tomorrow. Now, I want you to understand something, and I'm going to go through this again with you. When someone would come by and they say, oh, I'm not interested in selling it. Hey, I'm not asking you to sell it to me. What I'm saying is whether you decide to sell it, trade it, keep it, whatever, if there was a crazy offer that was put on the table, look, if I came by your house today and I was willing to make a crazy offer in your house, whether you would want to sell it or not, if it was worth $100,000 and I was going to give you 500 grand for it, I mean, would you like me to tell you how much I was going to offer, whether you accepted it or not? Sure, right? That's all I want to do. We just want to make an offer. That's it. I just want to make an offer that I wouldn't waste your time. I'm not going to waste ours. And I feel like I'm going to blow your mind. And then I always said this, and in the end, write it down. And in the end, it's completely your decision. That means whatever you decide to do is completely up to you. Let me explain the psychology behind this. They are literally, if they say yes, thinking on that day or on that next day on their drive in, what happens if he offers me enough money? What would I look at? What kind of car would I buy? people start going down this journey and this rabbit hole in their own mind, and I'm not even there, and they're thinking about what they would replace it with. Okay, so I'm going to go through this one more time, and then I'm going to show you how I would close them in the office. Hey guys, every day I see in the comment section that people are like, Andy, how can I train with you? How can I get close to you? I'm a sales leader, I'm in sales, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner. Listen, if you want to coach with me, I want to help you. Look, there's a link below on this YouTube video. If you just go down below, there's a link in this YouTube video. And basically, if you click on it, all I ask for is your name and your phone number, and it says, what do you want to learn from me? And by the way, it gives me permission to reach out to you. If you'll fill that out, I will personally reach out to you and we will make a game plan. Now listen, I want to say it one more time. Let's get back to the video. If you've been watching my content, if you want a breakthrough, if you want to change your life, you want to go to another level, whether you're broke and you're trying to look for the breakthrough, or you're at the top of your game and you operate from the state of madness like me and you're just a psycho for learning, I am that coach that wants to push you hard. And so if you're ready for a breakthrough this year, go down, click on that link, fill out the information. It gives me permission to reach out to you. We're in a new era, right? And I always laugh at it and I say, man, you give me the right to push you, I promise you, this coach is going to change your life. So go click on that link. I love you guys. I'll reach out to you myself, fill out your information, do it right now, and then let's get back to the video. Okay, guys, so I'm going to recap this with you very quickly. Hey, Mike, what's going on? It's Andy Elliott down here at ABC Motors, where you bought your 2019 GMC Yukon from. Do you got 30 seconds? John says yes. Cool, John. Listen, do you still have the 2019 GMC Yukon you bought from us back in 2019 or 2020? Do you still have it? John says yes again. You say, awesome, John. Well, the reason that I'm calling you is because my general manager wanted me to personally reach out and ask you one question, okay? And I could go into a story. He's got a neighbor looking for a car, whatever. I could just ask. He wanted me to reach out personally and ask you one question. If he could offer you more money, Mike, than what your car was worth, more than what it was worth, would you mind if we told you how much that was? Double pop them. Say, could I tell you? Would you mind if we told you how much that was? Can I tell you? And they say, sure, you could tell me. Cool. Mike, let me tell you how this works. All I need you to do is come down to the dealership. It's going to take about 5 minutes. My general manager will be here till 9 p.m. tonight, and he gets in at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and he's going to be here all day. You're going to come in, he's going to touch it, feel it, smell it. He's going to make you a crazy offer, blow your mind. And in the end, it's your decision, John. Does later today work better or would tomorrow work best? What's best for you? And I'll be the one to personally meet you out front when you get here. So it's 5 minutes in and out. What would be best, today or tomorrow? That's it. Every single person I got in contact with, every single one of them would set an appointment with me. Now, on the way down, they would be thinking in their head, if this guy did offer me more money, what would I buy it with? Now they're already thinking about getting into the buying cycle. I pulled them into the buying cycle. They're coming in to see me. My day's loaded with appointments. Now, let me show you what happens. When they pull up, hey, Mike, what's going on, man? It's Andy Elliott. I was the one that talked to you on the phone just to put a name with the face. Come on inside. Hey, Mike, go ahead and have a seat. Listen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get 2 seconds of information off the vehicle. I'm going to go have my general manager drive it, check it, feel it, touch it, smell it, go make sure he loves it, check it out. He's going to give us a crazy offer, and we're going to blow your mind. And in the end, it's your decision, just like I talked about on the phone. Is that okay? Mike says, yeah. I say, okay, Mike. And I would grab the keys, and I would grab that, and I would have him sit down, and I would say, oh, by the way, everybody write that down. By the way, by the way, Mike, I wanted to ask you one question. Hypothetically, everybody write this down. Hypothetically, let's say my general manager comes back with a crazy offer and you're like, no ways, Andy, get your checkbook out right now because I'm selling it. Let's say you said that. What would you drive home in? Would it be something newer, bigger, smaller, lower miles, better gas mileage? What would it be? And I would shut up. And Mike would say, well, probably something bigger, something with the 4-wheel drive, something with the 3rd row seat. Got you. I'd say, Mike, I'm going to be right back. And I would literally go put the keys, and I put the ACV card, right, the trade card on my manager's desk, and I'd say, leave this right here. I'm going to go land this guy on a vehicle. And I'd come back and say, John, it's your lucky freaking day, brother. You know what? Little birdie told me we just got a shipment of some Yukons in. Woo! Bam! We'd go straight to the lot, and guess what happened? Next thing you know, Mike's magically crawling in the vehicle, checking one out. We go drive it. He falls in love with it. We come back inside. I write up the car deal. I got the trade card. And guess what? I go in. I show John he's trading it in. He's going to buy the new vehicle. There's this new thing. John's excited. He's got the ether on him. He's in the roller coaster ride. And I created that opportunity. I created that lead. I created that deal. I'm going to ask you a question. Has Mike been shopping on the market? Nope. Did he call me because he was looking around on Auto Trader and he was looking for the cheapest price? Nope. What happens when you pull a customer out of their home? What happens? No research. They're excited. They weren't planning on buying something. They get to come in and they get to go through the full experience, and I've got my best shot to sell them, to make them fall in love, to get them excited, to make it non-stressful, right? To make it easy for them to do business with me. And my commissions were always the highest on these deals because these people were at the top of funnel. They're at the top of the funnel. They weren't at the bottom of the buying funnel. They ain't been shopping around for weeks. I just pulled them out of their house that day. Do you get it? Guys, by the way, my managers always put, just so you'll understand this, my managers always put more money in these people's trade-ins because they bought them from us. They were loyal customers and they usually service their cars with us. These trade-ins were always truly worth more money. It wasn't just a script. They were. And so right now I'm going to stop. And I'm going to tell you that I was in the automotive industry for 23 years. I broke every record in the United States for the most money made as a car salesman. I built big teams. I went to making $2.5 million a year as a general manager. I decided to start a sales training company and help other companies learn how to sell. I love automotive. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. But I train every industry under the sun. We train over 10,000 companies across the world. Okay? This video shows you the script that I used to get rich when I was in sales. Now, what I do for a living is that I build scripts for other companies, okay? Right now, if you go down to the description box, there's a link on the bottom of this YouTube video, and it says Andy Elliott's Digital Mind. It's a demo. You can try it for free. I want you to go down there. I want you to click on it right now. Whether you own a company, you're a salesperson, it doesn't matter, okay? If you're in the automotive industry, I just gave you the keys to the palace, okay? If you're in any other industry, and if you're in the automotive industry, you need to go role play on this app right now that I'm just telling you about. But when you go down there, I want you to understand this. When you download it, I want you to tell it what industry you're in. I want you to tell it what your product is. I want you to tell it what you sell. And I want you to say, Andy Elliott, give me the best sales pitch that you would use if you were me in my shoes selling my product and you were in my industry. If you wanted to be the very best, tell me to sell it high pressure, low pressure, sell it with empathy. Tell me the benefits and the features that your product has that other products don't have. Tell me who your competitors are and why you're better. The more you feed me, the better sales script that I'll give you, and I will actually tell you exactly what to say right now for free in your industry, and I will teach you how to frame it. Just like how I end up making $500,000 a year at 20 years old using this script, and it worked for 20 years. I will help you, and I build scripts every single day in every industry around the world. Whether you're in pest control, whether you're in solar, whether you're in banking, I don't care. Real estate doesn't matter to me. You give me the scenario, you give me the situation, you give me what you sell on, and I'll give you how to frame that script. Well, everyone will buy it. I will teach you the most dangerous. And by the way, I'll give you 15 sales pitches. How about that? Okay, I love you guys. This is the fee for the video. Share it with the buddy right now. That's all I want you to do. Share this with the buddy in sales. Share it with 50 buddies in sales, okay? Like the video. Comment below. If you loved it, tell me you loved it, man. Tell me where you're at. Tell me where you're from. Let's roll. Set your notifications. Subscribe to my YouTube channel right now, okay? And then that way when I drop my next video, you get notified right now and you're making more money. And lastly, go down right now to Andy Elliott's Digital Mind. You get 30 minutes for free. I want you to see and let me build out a great sales script for your company. You tell me exactly what you want. You give me the idea, what you're selling, how you want, where the customer's coming from, where they come in as a lead. It doesn't matter, whether it's a cold call, and I will help you build it out now. I love you guys, and that link's going to be below, and you get the first 30 minutes for free. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. I'll see you in the next video.